Dawn glimmers through the thinnest veil of cloud, treetops with rose, gold light and stroking open fields until every blade shimmers. You pause at the window where quiet settles around your shoulders like a soft shawl, and the chorus of waking birds feels more like a whispered invitation than a song. A heron lifts from the riverbank, wings brushing the air in grand, measured strokes, and in that unhurried motion you sense an example. Activity without agitation, movement born of calm purpose. The earth itself seems to breathe, and your pulse complies, slowing until it echoes the rhythm of the turning planet. You draw a long inhalation, tasting the cool fragrance of dewy grass, then exhale the remnants of yesterday's worries. Thoughts drift across the mind's brightening sky like pale clouds. Here for a moment, reshaping, then dissolving. Instead of chasing them, you simply notice each form, honoring what passes but refusing to cling. Then such gentle observation, inner silence expands. Gratitude arises, unforced gratitude for pulse and breath, the marvel that daybreak steadily returns no matter how dark a night once felt. Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46:60-100. The ancient command offers sanctuary, urging you to trust that all striving may rest upon a larger power. Here, knowledge does not rely on analysis. It flows from surrender and awakens calm authority within your heart. Now, take a few seconds to feel the cadence of your heartbeat. Like the steady tick of an unseen metronome, marks each moment as a gift, neither hoarded nor wasted. A light breeze enters through a slightly open pane, cool against your skin, carrying the scent of jasmine and damp soil. Its touch reminds you that refreshment often arrives unannounced and unearned. Beneath layers of memory and ambition, stillness unfurls as fertile ground, welcoming seeds of clarity that will germinate throughout the coming hours. Imagine an alpine lake at sunrise, mirror smooth, framed by pines whose reflections lean upon the water's glassy surface. Mist lifts in gossamer waves, revealing peaks tinged with peach light. You are that lake whenever haste subsides. Each time you relax your grip on control, the soul's surface steadies, capable of reflecting beauty without distortion. Silence, then, is not lack but lavish fullness, a reservoir of possibilities waiting to be recognized. You can picture every concern as a rounded stone nestling in your palm. One by one, let each stone slide into the lake. Hear the gentle plunk, watch widening ripples spread, then fade. Responsibilities remain, yet the weight has shifted from your hands to broader waters. Even your posture changes, shoulders soften, jaw unknots, brow smooths, the body itself becomes a testament to inward ease. Perception sharpens when hurry dims. Outside the window, a spider's web glitters. An intricate wheel suspended between two slender branches, its geometry perfect, even after the night's breeze. The delicate lattice suggests order born in silence, resilience woven through apparent fragility. Likewise, the design of your day may be rewoven with quiet threads, pauses for deep listening, unhurried sips of water, brief glances at the forgiving sky. Feel your spirit stretch like a cat warmed by sunlight, muscles uncoiling in unhurried satisfaction. Those schedules await. Dawn's hush becomes an inner chapel you carry everywhere. When later voices rise in tension, you can return to this moment with a single breath, slipping once more into calm witness. Light strengthens now, gilding rooftops and river alike. You sense permission to step toward tasks, confident that serenity will accompany action. The gift of stillness has prepared your heart to trust. Morning brightens, and you move from gentle quiet into solid reliance. Trust is more than optimistic feeling. It is a decision to lean on bedrock rather than shifting sand. You picture a suspension bridge stretching over a canyon. Planks may sway, yet cables anchored deep in granite hold steady. Your commitments for the day span chasms of complexity. Trustworthy anchorage waits beneath every step, inviting you to cross from anxiety to assurance. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight. So Proverbs 3:7-5-6. These lines chart a progression from self-dependence to collaboration with abiding wisdom. Intellect reaches its limit. Guidance arises from a deeper well, shaping decisions and smoothing rough ground. Examine yesterday's unexpected provisions. A needed word from a colleague, burst of insight minutes before a deadline, the resilience to persist when fatigue whispered, retreat. Each instance becomes a polished stone in the altar of remembrance, evidence that grace is rhythmic, like surf against shore, predictable even in its surprise. You may not foresee every turning, yet you can infer a pattern, benevolence woven into circumstance. Picture planting seeds in generous soil. After pressing them beneath rich earth, you release control of unseen processes, dark germination, sleepy swelling, the invisible split when root meets world. Your role is attentive cultivation. Growth belongs to forces beyond sight. So, 2, projects and relationships. You commit resources and care. Then entrust outcomes to a larger choreography. Pause to inhale promise, exhale doubt. Inhale confidence, exhale apprehension. Each breath subtly etches assurance on the heart's interior walls. Trust does not eliminate obstacle. It converts barrier into training ground. A looming presentation becomes an arena where courage strengthens. Complicated conversation transforms into a canvas where patience paints new possibilities. You do not face challenges alone. Invisible help stands beside, ahead, and within. Notice an eagle circling above rising thermals. Wings extend in silent poise. With minimal effort, the bird ascends, surrendering navigation to unseen currents. You can emulate that effortless glide, aligning effort with divine momentum rather than flapping against gravity. When stamina wanes, the wingspan of prayer and feel lift beneath. If worry resurfaces, imagine riding it on a small paper boat, and setting it afloat upon a gentle stream. Watch the craft drift beyond view, carried by steady flow stronger than your release. The symbolic act carries an embodied message, burden transferred, shoulders lighter, pathway clearer. Occasionally, trust demands patience with timing. Orchard trees stand dormant through winter so sap may thicken. Pruning shears cut surplus branch so fruit can swell. Waiting seasons feel austere, yet hidden readiness accumulates, preparing blossom and sweetness. Delay becomes disguised kindness, shaping deeper roots. End this segment with a grounding breath. Inhale remembrance of past faithfulness, exhale expectancy for future guidance. Though tasks remain countless, now rest upon a foundation wider than your own strength. Air warms and vitality stirs, like sap rising inside maple trunks. Renewal means drawing fresh power instead of wringing the last drop from depleted reserves. You picture a weary traveler discovering an oasis palms offer dappled shade, water mirrors sky, and coolness soaks through skin to spirit. That oasis lies within reach, flowing from an endless aquifer. Those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. Isaiah 41:31. The words describe a graceful sequence, visionary flight, energetic sprint, steady march, illustrating that replenishment adapts to every pace. Your day demands creative leaps or faithful plodding. Tailored vigor arrives. Begin by stretching arms upward, fingers grazing invisible sky. Muscles awaken, joints loosen, circulation hums, physical awakening partners spiritual reviving. You might roll shoulders, tilt neck gently, bend knees. Each motion whispers permission to inhabit your body fully, to treat flesh as ally rather than mere vehicle. Renewal often walks through gratitude's gate. Recall 3 mercies from the last 24 hours. Maybe a child's laughter, fragrant coffee, an email expressing appreciation. Each memory is a swallow of living water, cooling interior heat. Gratitude rewires perception, shifting focus from scarcity to abundance, obstacle to opportunity. Visualize standing beneath a waterfall, tumbling from moss-covered cliffs. Liquid percussion massages tension from muscles, while steady roar drowns nagging self-critique. Thoughts clear like stones rinsed clean. Emerging, you feel soaked in resolve, ready to approach spreadsheets, conversations, art with revived vision. Purpose further fans energy's flame. You remind yourself why duties matter. A budget report safeguards resources for people. A lesson plan shapes curious minds. A hand written note mends distance. Tasks align with meaning. Fatigue shrinks, and joy infuses routine. Plan small Sabbath pauses across daylight. 2 minutes of slow breathing, 3 of window side gazing, 4 of quiet listening to rain or birdsong. Such intervals serve as clandestine wells, replenishing before depletion grows dire. Micro-restoration outmaneuvers burnout. Contemplate pruning season. A vintner's snips live vine, not from cruelty, but for concentration of sweetness. Likewise, trimming non-essential commitments liberates vigor for crucial ones. No, respectfully can become a sacred practice, defending your capacity to offer a wholehearted yes. Picture your inner reservoir as a mountain, spring-fed by silent snowmelt. Even during drought it continues seeping, cool and clear. Confidence forms when you remember that unseen currents nourish visible efforts. Surface fatigue does not equal total depletion. Let renewal overflow to others. A thoughtful compliment, a brief assist on a colleague's project, a smile in passing hallway. Each gesture multiplies energy, generating a cycle where giving becomes receiving. Generosity acts as circulating stream, keeping waters fresh. Seal the section with an intentional breath. Inhale vitality, exhale wariness. Limbs feel light, imagination keen, buoyant. Peace now guides onward like a gentle compass. Mid-morning sunlight scatters diamonds across leaves, and a hush lingers behind ordinary sounds, rustle of newspaper, soft clink of ceramic mug, faint hum of distant traffic. Peace is neither escape nor denial. Rather, it is steady orientation amid movement, compass guiding every choice toward wholeness. You imagine holding that compass in your open palm, its needle unwavering despite subtle tremors from life's unpredictability. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. So Philippians 407. This promise depicts tranquility not as fragile mood, but as vigilant sentinel. Calmness stands watch over thoughts and emotions, maintaining safe passage even when storms gather. Begin by listening to quiet spaces between sounds. The gap after a sparrow's chirp, the pause before kettle whistle, the breath of wind sliding past shutters. All these intervals reveal calm presence woven into daily bustle. Your mind rehearses worst-case scenarios. Return attention to these syllables of silence. They provide coordinates more reliable than fluctuating circumstance. Peace functions like river current rather than stagnant pond. It moves, guides, shapes course. You can dip fingertips into its cool path each time irritation arises, during crowded commute, challenging meeting, unexpected detour. Instead of resisting disruption, you float within deeper flow, allowing curvature to become direction rather than obstacle. Imagine paddling a small canoe down gentle water. Banks change, sky darkens or clears, obstacles appear. Yet under the hull, a dependable push urges forward. You need only steer lightly, trusting the steady thrust beneath. This surrendered steering converts potential strain into smooth passage. Guard conversational tone as diligently as tasks. Words carry atmosphere. Sharp phrases can bruise serenity, while gentle responses spread hush. Before speaking, you may pause just long enough to feel inner water. Is it rippled by impatience or settled like moonlit pool? Respond out of still current, and peaceful influence will ripple outward, encouraging harmony inside a team. Family, classroom. Remember, Peace also calls for courage. It is easier to mirror surrounding turbulence than to embody composure. Yet every time you hold calm ground, you become lighthouse for others navigating fog. Your steady light does not shout. It simply shines, helping travelers find route without demanding recognition. If inner climate shifts toward storm, create a small ritual. Close eyes, picture a meadow under soft rain. Hear droplets striking tall grass, smell petrichor rising, sense cool moisture on upturned palms. Soon heart rate slows, muscle tension unknots, clarity returns. You reopen eyes equipped with navigational calm. End this part with a steadying breath. Inhale gentle assurance. Exhale any remaining agitation. Compass aligned, course set. You prepare to walk through the rest of the day in quiet partnership. Sun now rides high, casting crisp shadows that trace patterns like lace upon pavement. Tasks unfold, emails answered, meetings attended, creative drafts shaped. Yet beneath productivity flows a subtler pilgrimage. To walk with God is to braid divine attentiveness through every step, letting ordinary ground become sacred trail. You sense companionship similar to a trusted friend beside you on a mountain hike. Conversation sometimes lively, sometimes silent, always present. What does the Lord require of you? To act justly and to love mercy and to walk humbly with your God. Psalm Micah 6, 7, and 8. The verse distills vocation into three graceful movements: fair action, compassionate affection, modest stride. Humble walking keeps pace with purpose without rushing ahead or lagging behind. Begin by treating corridors and sidewalks like forest paths. Feel texture beneath shoes. Notice air temperature against skin. Attend to rhythm of stride. Such mindfulness transforms commute or hallway traverse into attentive fellowship. Each footprint becomes quiet prayer, shaped in leather or rubber. Walking with God sidelines perfectionism. You misspeak. You can apologize promptly. Humility restores forward motion. Where plans falter, adaptation becomes creative collaboration. The journey is not graded pass-fail, but lived as evolving conversation, an improvisational dance through shifting terrain. Integrate brief pauses of conscious gratitude. Perhaps at stairwell landing, copy or hum, sink, filled with dishes. Inhale awareness of shared presence. Exhale a silent thank you. These micro devotions stitch spiritual fabric through the entire garment of your day, so no seam exists between sacred and mundane. Companionship also prompts justice. As you walk, eyes sharpen for overlooked need, a coworker discouraged, a neighbor burdened, a stranger sidestepping hunger. Compassionate alertness turns stride toward service. Sometimes help is tangible. A delivered meal, a task shared, times empathetic listening suffices. Either way, footsteps echo kindness. If fatigue or doubt, whisper that companionship is imagined. Recall footprints on a sandy beach. Two sets meander, then merge into one. Moments of singular track do not signify abandonment. They signal carried weight. Trust that unseen arms uphold when your strength dips. Walking requires rhythm. Overexertion invites stumble. Honor Sabbath tempo within work week. Protect hours for rest, reading, laughter, and unstructured wonder. You respect cadence. Creativity blossoms like wildflowers along trail edges, spontaneous and bright. Close this segment by envisioning twilight, path lined with lanterns. Each kindness given today lights one small flame, guiding tomorrow's traveler. The walk continues beyond horizon, yet every illumined step matters. Evening's first amber glow settles on rooftops, and cicadas begin their chorus. You stand at day's threshold between hustle and hush. Achievements and missteps alike rest now in gentle hands larger than your own. Gratitude shimmers like lingering sunset across calm waters, and hopes for tomorrow rise like emerging constellations. May blessing, like soft rain, soak every task completed and every intention still forming. May the architect of dawn and dusk surround your rest with quiet protection and crown your labor with lasting fruit. May courage stay near as heartbeat, clarity gleam brighter than morning star, and kindness flow from your words as effortlessly as breeze through open fields. If this message awakens you, feel free to share hope with someone who needs it. Now, allow one more deep breath to draw cool night air into lungs, then release tension along with it. Settle into silence wide enough to hold all you are and all you are becoming. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace. Numbers 6:24-26. This ancient priestly blessing gathers every good desire into 3 cascading petitions. It traces a protective circle, infuses grace like golden oil, and rests final tranquility upon your heart. Rest in that assurance. Nightfall carries unfinished business into safekeeping, turning human effort into fertile soil ready for tomorrow's seeds. You step back, trusting growth, to continue unseen beneath the surface.